What's up, everybody? Welcome to Party on Broad. Today, we are doing a live 7-round Eagles mock draft with trades. No rules in this one. Joining us, he is Ryan Reese. Give him a follow on X at Philly Sports PSA. What's going on, Ryan?
Not much, man. It's been an interesting week. Last time we talked, we only had a few things happening, so got a lot to talk about. And then, of course, we have some answers, and maybe we know where we're going to be mock drafting tonight. So I love it. Can't wait to keep talking about it.
Absolutely. We haven't done a mock in a while, man. It's been way too long. Not last but not least, he is Rob Lange. Give him a shout out on X at Philly_Madness. What's good, Rob?
Good evening, gentlemen. It's wonderful to see you. We've talked quite a bit this week. I believe I've called you Debbie Downers and every other name, but we'll get to all that tonight. I just want to say to everyone out there in the Delaware Valley, happy Devin White Day, as it was announced officially today on PhiladelphiaEagles.com. And oh boy, are we gonna talk about that a little bit too.
Yeah, there's a lot that's gone down since the last time we were together. We mostly talked about Saquon. We mostly talked about Bryce Huff and the Landon Dickerson extension and Brandon Graham and Zach Bond. But Rob, brief kind of top takeaway over the last week. Things we've missed. Go ahead. Time's yours.
Well, you know, listen, not to toot my own horn, but toot. The first free agent show we did, I believe I said Devin White was my target. Last week when we were going off the air, I said I would like to see the Eagles go after Devin White. And lo and behold, they did. And as this fan base tends to do for me, you drive me up a friggin' wall because you screamed for 3 days about young linebackers. So they finally signed one, 26 years old, coming off of a rough season, no doubt about it. Had some injuries, and it was like it was the worst signing in the history of the league. When you saw the things come out today, it was not nearly as high as we all tried to say. It's really a 3.5 guaranteed deal, million guaranteed. Which to me, for a 26-year-old linebacker, who let's take into consideration what happened last year. He wanted a long-term deal. Not only did they not give him a long-term deal, they said we're not picking up your 5th-year option. So here he is, pissed off. Okay, he's young. He made some mistakes. He played lousy, and he got benched. But man, do I love a guy that comes in with a chip on his shoulder. And let me tell you, it was not long ago that we were watching this kid as he was winning a Super Bowl and going, my God, that's a dynamic talent. There's no reason in my mind why he can't get back to that. Now, look, Dives will tell you, when I get on a hill, I'm going to die on that hill. And that's okay. I'll admit when I'm wrong. I'll tell you if I'm wrong. But I got a feeling. All you sons of bitches out there in this world are going to be like, wow, that guy who doesn't know damn analytics to save his life, can't research a draft like the other two. But, man, he was right about Devin White. He was right about Devin White. And, God damn it, I'm keeping receipts. I can't wait till we're on here next year around this time, and you guys are all pleading with them to give Devin White a long-term contract. Mark it down.
Ryan, any reaction to that?
I mean, listen, I have enjoyed this last week with Rob talking quite a bit every day. And listen, this was not necessarily the linebacker I wanted. Is it an upgrade over what we had? Absolutely. Am I a little worried about the coverage of the front seven? Absolutely. And I don't necessarily think he's that great of a fit for Vic Fangio, but obviously he thought otherwise. He's the man, and he's the one who knows his own system. So I'll trust in that. And listen, I want to be wrong. I love linebackers. I really do. And I love Devin White coming out. I think, yes, he had a terrible year last year. Personally, the year before that wasn't the best either. I just listen. I want to be wrong, Rob. I want to be wrong, and I will come on here, and
You will be. It's okay.
I will put my hand on a Bible. I'll swear on whatever you need to that I was wrong, and I'd love to. I'm just not thrilled. Let's just put it that way. Am I happy they actually signed somebody? It's a good deal. It's a good contract. It's a big upgrade over the crap they had last year. So for that, I am happy.
Yeah. Freddie goes, why doesn't Rob have a Devin White jersey? Fraud fan.
Because they're not on sale yet. I don't know what to tell you. I'm looking here. They haven't even given him his number yet. You know, like what the hell am I supposed to do?
Not officially. No, you're right.
He's the only one. I'm looking at all these official jersey numbers.
Yeah.
By the way, Gardner Johnson picking number 8 is legendary. Love it.
That's an easy jersey buy for me because
yeah,
I'm trying to get 0 to 99, one Eagle player for each number, and right now I have Donnie Jones as my number 8. So I'd like to upgrade that number. Let me tell you.
Yes.
Brandon says, "Don't worry about the front 7. We're scoring 40 a game."
Yeah, it's gonna be 40 to 39.
Do we feel we will draft a center, Bruce? We're about to start our mock draft very, very shortly.
Yes,
for sure. But Rob's gonna die on his hill. I'm gonna die on mine. I was not thrilled with the signing. Devin White, man, by the end of last year, he lost his playing time to KJ Britt. Played only 44% of the snaps in the wild card game, just 19% in the divisional round. He was arguably the worst starting linebacker in the league per PFF. This is a guy that, you said it, Ryan, he might be an upgrade on what the Eagles currently have, but that's not really saying much.
No.
His pass rushing ability is obviously his calling card. This guy has 23 career sacks, 64 quarterback hits. However, this Eagles defense isn't going to drastically change overnight. Vic Fangio is in-house, but the Eagles rarely blitzed their linebackers last year. That's not going to change. This is the classic example of a linebacker who looks the part athletically, but doesn't give you anything else consistently on the field. This is a guy who sucks at shedding blocks. He's got T-Rex arms on the edge. He's not great against the run. He's not good in coverage, even though he has the speed and agility that you would think he can do so. He's basically Mo Bamba if you're a Sixers. This is a guy who has horrible instincts. He also had the luxury of playing alongside Levante David, who has some of the highest football IQ of any linebacker in the NFL. Is he going to get that in Philadelphia? Absolutely freaking not. And my take on Devin White is this. When the obvious play, when the A to B play is there aren't many linebackers that are as good as Devin White when it comes to closing in on a quarterback and finishing. However, when he needs to read the offense, when he needs to play smart, when he needs to anticipate, shed blocks, react to the unexpected, react to misdirection, he might as well not be on the field. So for me, I am scared that this is one of those short-term Band-Aid fixes that Howie loves to do, and it better not take them away from addressing this huge position of need for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm talking using a high asset, a second or third round draft selection at linebacker and groom a guy for the future, because this isn't it.
Yeah, there needs to be some sort of long-term plan, and I'm really hoping it's gotten through to Howie's head that he can't keep just passing the buck on linebacker and safety. Mm-hmm. We don't spend any money on either position. We've never had a long-term plan in quite some time, especially safety and linebacker. And they need to get somebody in here that can be a rock, can be the listen, if Devin White's going to come in here and be the number 2 linebacker, great. That I'm happy with. Devin White is a great number 2 linebacker. And hopefully you get more out of Nakobe Dean than the nothing that he's basically given us. And yeah, somebody said it earlier. We got to draft somebody. I mean, we got to draft somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I look, we're all in agreement there. I don't believe that signing Devin White means you shouldn't address this position early in the draft. I think we all have our sights set on a specific guy, without a doubt. But yes, to me, I wouldn't mind Devin White being your number 2 linebacker with a young rookie that can come in and be the guy right away. I even saw a little bit of film on a certain guy today, and I'm falling in love, and it's going to really break my heart on draft night.
Yeah.
On this gentleman.
Like, I kind of like, do you get some of the same sense of vibes with Devin White and Nolan Smith? Like off-ball linebackers, guys that can thrive at attacking the quarterback. And really that should be their primary role. And maybe Devin White could be somewhat of a mentor to Nolan Smith.
Well, and Ryan said it, don't let anybody tell you Vic Fangio has no say in who's getting signed for that defense. So if Vic said, yeah, let's sign him, I'm sure he's got a plan for him. I'm sure Fangio's been around long enough to know his pluses and his minuses. So, we're going to see, but I'm still dying on the hill no matter what.
I'm just a little scared that honestly, that you look at that right now of who we have as our front 7. They're all pass rush guys. I fear that our run defense is not going to be great. I fear that our anything outside of our defensive backs coverage wise is going to be crap. Tight ends are probably just going to go ape on us once again, and they're going to attack the middle like they always seem to do on us. And that's going to be everybody's bread and butter to beat this defense, unless we finally bring in somebody, one person, just one, just bring in some linebacker that can cover a little bit, something to negate it a little bit, for crying out loud. You can't have 17 people pass rush. That's not how it works.
Yep, I agree. Big Sarge says draft cornerback, linebacker, safety in the first 2 rounds. My man Quentin says, I love Rob. Would love to get him a PJ Tucker jersey, though.
I'm not the only one in this chat that was all about the PJ Tucker move, so I don't want to hear about that. We were all on that.
I love Q.
Big Sarge says trade back in round 1, draft Edgerrin Cooper.
Good with that.
Patrick Queen got $13.6 million. Do you
I
think
would have done that in a heartbeat?
Yeah, but the Eagles were never going to do that.
No, of course not.
They were never going to do that.
Although we never thought they were going to spend $13 million on a running back, so strange thing for this.
Brandon says people like to forget we had Hicks and Bradham when we won the Super Bowl. Since Cox retired, do you think that opens the door for a defensive tackle? No.
I'm going to tell you right now, if they draft defensive tackle in the first round, they've admitted that they were wrong about Jordan Davis or something. You cannot go D tackle 3 years in a row.
We've said this on the show, Ryan and I, for sure. Like, I would favor a defensive tackle over an offensive tackle.
Yes.
No question.
It's in play. You have to know it's in play. Mm-hmm. But yes, that outside of tackle, of the plausible positions that we could draft, outside of tackle, D tackle is probably number 2 for me. Man, I do not.
I was calling
Mr. Popular. It's Devin White. It's Devin White.
I'm declining. I declined.
Aaron says, do I hear Ryan indicting Howie on his defensive acquisitions?
Oh, boy.
They're 100% drafting an O-line. You're probably right, Aaron. You're probably right, but I would not like it. I'm good with interior. I'm not good with tackle. That's just me. Let's roll into our mock draft segment of the show. How do you guys want to do this? Should I do like my whole draft and then we'll throw it to Ryan or something?
Yeah, why don't we do it that way so it'll move?
Yeah, we'll move a little quicker. We're not waiting to switch this, that, and the other. So
yeah, I think it would just flow a little better.
Right.
Sometimes we go round by round, but let's just do that for the sake of time. All right. I am on the clock here. Eagles 7th round. Let's do this thing.
Let's go. And you know what? I regardless of whatever you do or depending on when I go, I don't care if I draft 90% of
Same
the same
guys.
people.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm drafting my people. I always seem to do that where I'm like, well, you already took that guy, so maybe I shouldn't take him.
Yes, sir. All right, let's look at what was taken. Pretty much as expected here. Terrion Arnold, 13. Quinyon Mitchell, 15. Fosternu dropping to 16 is kind of interesting. Yeah, this was kind of murder's row for Eagles fans, I think.
Yeah.
Here, you had Mitchell versus DeJean, Jackson Powers Johnson, and Leatu Latu there.
I'd love
Over those handful of picks. I'm looking at possible trades that could be in the works as well. Yeah, I'm going to trade back with
Green Bay. That's pretty good. Maybe pick up that. Was that 58? You know, when I do these, I always try to resist not throwing in James Bradbury. It's just so easy to throw him in.
All right, that's not working. Let's try 26.
Yeah, they're really not liking that, huh?
All right, we have traded back with the Steelers. I'm on the clock here. Pick number 26, and we are going to roll with Tyler Nubin here for the Philadelphia Eagles. A safety. The Eagles finally get some sort of safety help at pick number 26. Tyler Nubin is a ridiculous athlete. Probably more in the box safety than he is as like a free safety, but he's by far now the number one safety in the draft, with Cameron Kinchens kind of tanking the combine. Pick number 50, we are on the clock here looking at what's going on.
So while you're doing that, I'm gonna throw a couple of comments on the board here.
I'm going to pick number. Yeah, go ahead. Pick number 50. I'm going to go Edgerrin Cooper for the Philadelphia Eagles. A no-brainer. I'm shocked that he even lasted that long. I feel like I got unlucky in the first round, but I got really lucky with pick number 50. The more I've watched Nate Wiggins, the more I've kind of am steering away from Nate Wiggins because of his lack of tackling and run defense.
Yep.
D. Rumba says JPJ, Hennessy becomes Sua, and Steam becomes just. Yeah, I think he's spot on for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Agreed.
Pick number 53 here for the Birds. I've got 53 and 57 coming up as well because of the trade back. I'm going to go one of my favorite wide receivers in this draft. Wait, let me see who's available at corner real quick. Just a quick recap. I got Tyler Nubin, safety. I got Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker. Yeah, we're going to go Xavier Legette, wide receiver. A dude that I can really play anywhere. Could be the next A.J. Brown on the outside in a few years, but could also play the slot as well if needed. Just a beast. I am back on the clock here at pick number 57. Trying to fill some holes. I'm going to go Braylon Trice here at pick number 57.
Oh, that's nice.
For my Eagles, who's kind of fallen off lately. Didn't have the best combine, but he would add depth to that defensive line for sure. So we went full defense almost, I think, at the top of our picks. I don't pick again to 172. We are rolling through here. Next up,
it's a good start though. You got safety, you got linebacker, you got edge,
Yeah.
and then you got our wide receiver 3.
Yep. And I'm not a big fan of Devontae Parker too. I don't think I'm not a believer that he's like a lock for wide
No.
receiver.
No, I agree.
But I think heading into camp, he'd be better than Quez Watkins and
Yeah, good body to have.
and Zacchaeus. So
Pick 172. Looking at who is available. There's some tight ends that are interesting. Eric All has some upside. Didn't really play a lot. Jalen Simpson's got some potential in the slot. AJ Barner is a good project. Luke McCaffrey's a slot receiver, but we already kind of addressed that, at least in my opinion. Tip Raymond was an absolute monster at the combine.
yeah. Ooh. Hayden.
Yeah, we're gonna go Kamal Haddon, just a cornerback prospect. When he's been on the field, he has elite production. Like his quarterback rating allowed is like less than 10. He's got some monster numbers there for Tennessee. Very much an underrated cornerback prospect that projects on the outside, that could battle with Keely Ringo and young guys like that. Pick number 210, my last one of the day. Give me depth on the O-line. I'm going to go Tanner Bortolini, a guy that can play center, right guard. Amazing athlete. Broke a lot of records at the combine. He's a project for sure. Needs to improve his anchor. But Tanner Bortolini is climbing up the boards, and he probably won't be drafted in that area. He'll probably be drafted much higher than that.
Yeah.
So here's my mock. We traded back. We got Tyler Nubin to kind of fit in with our safety group there. Linebacker, Edgerrin Cooper, Xavier Legette, Brilliant Trice, Kamal Haddon, and Tanner Bortolini. I got a B- from PFF. But I think Tyler Nubin and Cooper and Legette and Trice are all impact guys.
Yeah.
Kamal Haddon is a guy that people don't know enough about. I think he's terrific. And then Tanner Bortolini just to add depth on the interior to help out, Cam Jurgens if that experiment doesn't exactly pan out as we hope.
Yeah. You basically just got 3 starters, and you got an edge that'll fit nicely into that rotation. A corner who will fight for that, 4th, 5th spot. There's a log jam, so hopefully somebody comes out of that. And yeah, Bortolini. I mean, listen, you got Hennessy to kind of be your backup center and guard, but Bortolini can kind of get in there and get some reps and maybe make Hennessy more of a guard depth piece. So that's I like it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a firm believer that the first 2 rounds of the draft, in most cases, should be going to play that in their rookie year. It's not always the case. I don't think the Eagles, I'm sure somewhere in the first 2 rounds, the Eagles are going to draft a guy for the future. They always do. But I love the idea of your first 4 picks being guys that will get on the field in 2024 and hopefully make an impact. So I'm all for that.
Yeah, that's
all right. All right. So that is my 7-round mock for the Birds. Ryan, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
All right. Here we go, man.
All right. Let me switch over. So we have basically the same settings. We're going to start this draft. And boom. Let's hope somebody laughs nicely to me. Well, Jackson's gone.
All right. You've got a decision to make, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Ay. I'm not gonna lie. I generally like the trade back idea. I just think somehow picking up an extra like 2nd or 3rd is, and maybe that's just because I'm really starting to fall in love with a lot of 2nd round guys. So
hold on. We got to talk about this because he is on the board, and if he was on the board for me, I would have taken him. The Cooper DeJean hype. Are you on the Cooper DeJean hype train? I am. I did a video this weekend. I get it. I know why. And for me, I think his versatility is elite. he can defend the slot. He can be a safety down the road. What's your take?
So can I just want to, first to say I have no legit reason for not liking Cooper DeJean. And I know that. I cannot explain it to you. I just sometimes get these gut feelings about people. And listen, I'm not saying I'm always right about it or whatever. And I looked at the tape, and on the film and on paper, he absolutely looks like he would come in and be amazing. Whether you have him at corner, whether you have him at safety, like, does not matter. The versatility is there. The athleticism is there. There's just something about this that I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. And I know it's easy to say, maybe what some people might think is the obvious thing, but be a safety. I don't care. Like, okay. I don't know. Like, it's not that, there's just a gut feeling, honestly.
Listen, I really respect the two of you not saying it, but I'm the voice of the fan. All right. I'm coming right out and saying it. Jason Kelce said this on his podcast, and I agree. We ain't seen a white cornerback be successful in the NFL since Jason friggin' Sehorn.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Like, look, you're right. When you watch the kid play, he does everything you would want from a corner. He's got decent size too. If I had to say there's one thing, I just go, does this work at the NFL level? Like,
and it hasn't. So
yeah, it's funny to say, and it's fun. Like, but honestly, like, if I'm being dead serious, my only reservation is that right now. Like, and that's terrible. But it is like the one part of me that goes, like, because I've done a bunch of mock drafts, and it's like he's there. And I know that he's further down the list, but Kool-Aid McKinstry's there.
Yeah.
Every time I want to pick Kool-Aid McKinstry. And it's not Alabama versus Iowa. It's the position and the man, honestly.
Yeah, I get
it. We actually have a Hawkeyes fan saying Cooper did so well. We don't normally get a lot of Hawkeyes fans.
No, we don't.
But
good, Ryan.
Cool. I love Iowa.
Yeah. But David wanted to draft me. I just wanted to say that.
All right.
I will gladly. But I'm not going to draft Cooper DeJean, and I'm not going to trade back because apparently my first trade back is to like Houston at 42. I'm not dropping 20 spots. That's dumb. So I'm gonna go with an edge. I'm gonna go Latu from UCLA.
Love
it. Easy choice for me. Now I'm just praying. You had like 8 of I'm pretty sure Edgerrin Cooper just got picked.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, and Peyton Wilson. Oh. Yeah, I have a feeling my draft. You had like everybody I loved, by the way, in your second round. And I was like, oh, look at that. Coop went 37. Braylon Trice went 42, which is where I could have traded. Newman 46, Wilson 48. Oh my God, I'm screwed. Listen, this may not be the most popular choice, and quite honestly, I don't care. I have been outside of linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles. This has probably been my second, hill that I'm trying to die on, and that's tight end too. And we all know that Bowers ain't coming to us. So let's get the next best thing. That's J.T. Sanders out of Texas. This is my boy. He will come in. We'll run 12 personnel. And we're not going to score 40. We're going to score 50 a game. And it's all because of him. All right.
I can, as someone who has done probably about 100 shows over the last few months on the drafts with Ryan and Mox, I can confidently say you've probably picked him in about 80% of your mind.
I have to. I have to. I'm so all in on Sanders.
He's a great prospect.
Yeah. I'll throw in my 7th round because I don't know if I want to draft that far.
David said, Ryan, you're killing me. I might have to rethink drafting you. What does that mean?
Oh, he said earlier that I was the number 1 draft pick.
Oh, okay. David saying Eagles move up to pick 19.
Pick 19, whatever for.
I'm not sure. Yeah. Who do you want?
Yeah.
David, let us know.
I mean, in this draft, I guess what? Who went 19?
People want Kool-Aid because of the name. He's not that
Right.
good.
I disagree.
I mean, he's good, but he's not. Yeah, believe me, it's.
I'm not saying he's an all the best player in the draft, but I don't want to draft him because his name's Kool-Aid. I'm sorry.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and listen. He may have fallen a bit in a lot of people's eyes, but I've seen enough tape on him to know that whatever happened at the combine isn't Cameron Kitchens. That's not what I see, and I fully believe that this man is going to be a great safety in the NFL. And again, this is something we absolutely need. He's the guy that originally I was thinking about in the first round. The combine certainly ruined that. So I don't mind taking him here in the second round. That's all good with me. So I'll take Kitchens.
Man, he has fallen like a rock, man.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly has. No,
I agree. If you like tape alone, like I had him in like my top 20 prospects in this draft overall.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my honestly, it's funny. So I did my 200 big board, and honestly, I feel like I just have to redo it because I try to like adjust it as I'm like thinking about things, but like I honestly just have to redo it because it's so much stuff has changed. So I traded back 53 to 56. I picked up 87, and I was hoping this was going to happen. My boy, right here, baby, Jeremiah Trotter. I wasn't able to get Coop, so the next best thing for me is Jeremiah Trotter, baby. Let's go.
If he didn't have the last name Trotter Jr., would Eagles fans look at him differently?
Yes, 100% yes. But I still think he's a top 3 linebacker in this draft. So I still am going to want to go out and grab him.
David says sign Justin Simmons and pick up an O lineman. I would love that. I would love to see Justin Simmons in midnight green for sure.
Yeah, that would be
the longer that goes on, I think the higher chances get that they revisit it.
Absolutely. Guys are down there. Guys are down there. I am going to go ahead and get some, I don't know, potential competition for that right guard spot. Zach Sinter out of Michigan. I loved him for the Wolverines this past year.
Love it.
Yeah, I thought he did a really good job, and again, nice piece to kind of add some depth here.
Marshawn Lynch comments, did Latu fall to us? Yes. In Ryan's draft, he was available, and he was the Eagles' first-round selection.
Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah, that was an easy choice for me. Apparently, it might have been Cooper, but...
Yeah, I got lucky. Somehow he was still there at 50.
Yeah, that was crazy. Man, this is tough. There's a lot of really, really nice guys here. I like. This is the 5th round. I think is usually where I'm like, oh, man, there's a lot of iffy. But I'm going to go with again. I still think we need some help in that safety room. I still think Gardner Johnson's going to be more of a slot guy, maybe not an official safety. Just call him a DB. So adding some more youth to go along with Kitchens I'm going to add the safety from Wake Forest to the team. So we're doubling up on some safety. And the next pick, I'm actually going to double up on another position. Again, I feel like we don't necessarily have a solution for this position as currently. I've already taken care of the backup now here at the third string, which I still feel fills an important role. That's going to be Jaheim Bell, tight end out of Florida State. I like him slightly over Eric All from Iowa, so I'm going to go ahead and grab him and add him to the mix. And I think, I do still have 210. Thought I'd try to get rid of that one. Wow, Eric All still somehow so the guy. And I'm going to add Daquan Hardy,
Nice
corner out of Penn State, who I'm sure his counterpart Kalen King was drafted somewhere in this draft, but should not have been, as he is complete trash. But Hardy's not bad. I will take him, add him to the mix of young players that we have at the cornerback position, which is a great problem to have, honestly. I think there's, again, outside of like the top 4 guys, there's a cluster of just young players that, hopefully 1 or 2 of them rise up. But here we go. So I ended up getting Laete Latu, edge, my boy JT Sanders, tight end, traded back to 56 from 53, picked up Cameron Kinchins. I also picked up 87, to which I drafted Jeremiah Axman Jr., Trotter. Got some guard interior offensive line help in Zach Zinter, added some more safety depth, and Malik Mustafa. Another tight end, which is probably half fathomable, but I don't really care. This is my draft. I picked up Jaheim Bell and some corner depth in Daquan Hardy. I don't know. I liked it. I got like the top 4 guys are like all dudes that I absolutely love. So I'm certainly happy as well. See, look, Marshawn Lynch knew me too well.
I love your Latu pick. He's my edge one in this draft. He's terrific. Howie would make that selection 1,000% if he's sitting there. We've already talked about JT Sanders. He's terrific. Excellent vertical threat. Great athlete. Cameron Kinchins, you might get some hate on that pick since he's fallen like a rock.
Right, but I
agree with you.
Yeah, I listen. I get it. Players fall for reasons, and that's why you'll find 3rd, 4th, 5th round guys that ends up being stars. And I just already know what I've seen in his film, and the athleticism just jumps off the page. And for whatever reason, it didn't at the combine.
Yeah,
and,
he's perfect. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I have reservations for.
Sure, but third round linebacker, why not?
Yeah, I think he's a little overrated. And you put him with the Kobe Dean on the field together, 2 guys that are small, 2 guys that struggle to shed blocks, 2 guys that could get swallowed up a little bit. I have concerns about that. Zach Zinter, I absolutely love. He's a dog. He's got an immense upside. Jaheim Bell is like a gadget kind of tight end guy that can do a lot of different roles on offense. Daquan Hardy is a nice slot corner that I think could thrive in a specific role. He's never going to be on the outside because he's small, but he's a great athlete. He blew up at the combine, and yeah, I'm good with this draft.
Rob, break it down for me.
Look, you did the same thing, right? Like those early picks are guys that can play right away.
Yeah.
I won't sit here and say that I've watched the film you guys have, but by the way you've talked about them, by the things I've read prior to the combine, I think Cameron Kinchins can absolutely be a player, and you're on a safety needy team. Personally, I was kind of hoping nobody did it. I love the idea of the second round tight end. I actually think there's a much better chance of that happening than people are giving, credence to. When you think about when Dallas Goedert was drafted, it kind of came out of left field. That it would not surprise me at all to see how we go tight end, having 2 second-round picks as it is. So I love it, man. I will say, I don't know about if the Eagles draft 2 tight ends, I'll be stunned. But
well, I did. Listen, I at least did admit it right away that would never happen. But
outside of that, man.
My man Martian Lynch was like, Jaheim Bell's right there. And he's like, I know you too well.
Yeah, all good with me, man.
Big Sarge says Ricky Pearsall or Ladd McConkey. I'll go McConkey there. No doubt about it. Love for Cedric Gray. Love Cedric Gray. He was in my top 5 linebackers.
Yeah.
Really
great,
interesting.
Great Senior Bowl.
Yep. Really good run defender there. And Marshawn Lynch says Liatu
Oh.
saved the draft for Ryan. All right. All right, Ryan, download that and then tweet it out. And then
already done. Already tagged Party on Rod as well.
That was fast. Michael says, should we go after a running back? I was thinking about it in that day 3 area because, like,
Michael, Michael.
Okay, maybe we'll get to that when Rob does his. All right, Rob, can you share your screen?
Yes, I'm going to share here. I think I'm going to share here. Here we go.
We're going to try to share here.
I'm not very technologically sound, guys. It's it's a problem I have here. All right, here we go. The draft of the non-analytics, I'm using PFF, which is ironic because I don't buy into their stuff at all, but here we are. Here we are. All right, we're going to start the draft up. See how this goes. Damn it. they did it to me. Cooper DeJean sitting right there.
Oh, boy. Great White Hope.
And I know what I said, but look, Iowa only had one thing that they could talk about last year. And it was their defense. And Cooper DeJean plays all over the field for that defense. Why, if the Eagles are seriously considering a corner in the first round, I can't imagine that they wouldn't be considering him. Now, I just want to take a look here. Yeah, my trades are too far back, so I'm not doing that. All right. So I'm going to do it, Dibes. I'm going to do it. All right. I'm going to take the Great White Hope and go against and I'm going to go against what the history of the league has told us, what civilization has told us, what Jason Kelsey has told us, and I'm going to draft this corner right here for the Eagles, Cooper DeJean. All right, so he
sucks. Jackson Powers is right there too.
This is my draft. There's not a chance in hell I'm drafting offensive lineman. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. All right,
a lot of Jackson Powers Johnson love in the chat.
Yeah, a lot of love.
Yeah, well, guess what? All right, you guys go hang out with Howard. I'm not drafting a goddamn offensive lineman in the first round. I'm not doing it. What did I do? Friggin' Edgerrin Cooper's gone. Now I'm angry. See, now everybody's pissing me off now. What the hell's the matter with all of you?
Let's go.
So here we are. So, I mean, there's some safeties available. But I told you I loved what my man Ryan did. I told you I love what he did.
Let's go. Put it
so
in the
much
air.
so that I'm copying him. JT Sanders.
Let's
Come
go.
on down. We're not playing games here, guys. I'm not going to be able to give you the breakdowns that these guys give you. I'm just going to tell you how I'm doing it. All right. So here we go. Let's see what kind of trades are out there. Oh, I love that number 69, but I'm going to stay away from it this time. Let's see. Let's see. I haven't picked any DNs. You know that they're going to take a guard at some point. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. But I don't know. I see a Michigan wide receiver and I get intrigued, guys. But I don't think that they're going to go.
Really nice. He's really nice.
Yeah, and I would be stunned if the Eagles went tight end wide receiver. But guess what, guys? I'm not the Eagles, so I can do that, and no one can say anything about it. All right. So guess what? Roman Wilson's going to become a Philadelphia Eagle here today. I don't even care. Let's roll.
Roman Wilson's one of the premier slot receivers in this draft.
And what do the Eagles need?
Yeah, amazing separator. Not going to get you a lot of yak, but he can beat his man. He can get open. I love Roman Wilson. He's not as much as Xavier Legette. Doesn't have the upside of Xavier Legette, but again, in a specific role, as a wide receiver 3, I think Roman Wilson's a good pick.
I should just piss the entire world off right now and draft Jordan Travis.
Nah, let's go. Let's go. Do it.
Do it. Howie, quarterback factory, baby. Quarterback factory. So here we are. We're picking at 120. And I told you that I know Saquon's here, but Saquon's on basically a 2-year deal. As long as I live, never want to see Kenny Gainwell again. So, I can remember this kid, Trey Benson, being pretty damn good for Florida State at times last year.
He's a beast.
And here's a guy that PFF ranks at 86, and I'm drafted at 120. I know that this was supposed to be like defense, and I'm doing the exact opposite. But I'm going to do it, man. Trey Benson's sitting here. Let's go. Let's score 60 a game.
Yeah, let's
forget
score
40
a game. Let's
forget 50. Let's score 60 a game.
Let's do it.
How many carries do you think Benson would get next season?
Total.
I know. I mean,
26.
But I'm picking day 3 now, baby. You know what I mean? It all changes once I get down here. All right. So I drafted my corner earlier in the draft. Okay. Drafted my corner. I can't even see the comments, but I'm sure people are ripping my draft right now. And I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. You know what? I'd be happy. All right. I need a safety. I need a safety in the worst way. Okay. Well, I also need guards. I need tack, but I've drafted way too much offense. I don't know. You guys tell me, Malik Mustafa, what do we got here?
To be honest,
I like him for this point in the draft. Again, I don't think he's necessarily going to come out and light the world on fire, but he's a really good depth piece that would absolutely improve that room desperately, considering one of your guys is going to be out for potentially half the year, and you have question marks all over the place because you have Reed Blankenship and maybe Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, who might not really even be a safety, but whatever. Maybe you use Cooper DeJean in that way, but still, he's a real good depth piece that probably could play some minutes.
I can't really comment on him because I didn't cover him yet.
Okay.
Go to positions and go to safety. Let's see who else is there.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see, because I have totally broken down what I planned on doing in this draft.
All right, so James Williams is a hybrid safety linebacker. It's like 6'4", 6'5". I'm working on a boomer bust video, my top 10 boomer bust guys, and he's on that list.
Okay.
Jalen Simpson, really good kind of nickel defensive back there. Don't know anything about Dejon Anthony or Omar Brown. Dominique Hampton, I remember covering him when we did our extensive Washington breakdown.
That's right.
I would go personally James Williams.
You know what? And you guys know me. I like the schools that have a little bit of a pedigree to them. And I love the idea of a boomer bust guy here at 161. So let's go with James Williams. Let's bring somebody that's a little bit more of a hybrid guy. I like that. I like that a lot. So
good history of Miami safeties. So
yeah. They've been okay. They've done okay. All right. So we want to, you get to a point where, the Eagles, like, first of all, there's not a chance in every ounce of hell that the Eagles wait this long to draft an offensive lineman. It's just not going to happen. But it did in my draft. Now listen, like my reasoning is going to be off the friggin' wall at this point. Why am I looking at this guy? Well, I don't know. If we're talking about drafting the heir apparent to Lane Johnson, are we not? So why not go back to Oklahoma, baby? Why not go back to Oklahoma and draft a kid? You groom them. They love each other because they're Sooners, baby. Boomer Sooner. I don't even know what the hell this guy's name is. Walter Rouse? Rouse? All right. Well, there you go. He's on the team now. He's an Eagle. Enjoy it. Enjoy
Welcome to the team, buddy.
That guy's here, whether you want him to be or not. All right. Oh, man.
Oh, this is the greatest draft ever.
I'm all over the place, baby. That's the way I do things.
I'm shocked you went way more offense than I ever dreamed.
And I love it.
I never planned on that at all. I'm way more. I was all ready to draft like 9 defensive guys, and that did not happen. It's just the way the board fell, baby. The way the board fell. Look, that Michigan team was really good last year, and I would love to get somebody from that Michigan team over here with the Eagles. But if I try and tell you that I know anything about Braden McGregor, I'd be lying to you. So somebody tell me something.
I got nothing. I could talk to you about AJ Barner.
That a little better, yes.
Nah, well, you know what, guys? You're no good to me at this point. So,
what position are you looking at? Tackle?
No, I was just looking like he was an edge rusher because I realized I don't think I drafted an edge. Man, the Eagles are not fans of me right now. I have
go to edge.
Yeah, I have done nothing that the Eagles would do. This draft board fell really like this is one of those drafts where if I was doing it on my own, just sitting at home, I would have quit it and restart. This is not the way I would have drafted. But we're on air, and this is live podcasting at its best.
This is how it works.
Yeah, this is the problem. I don't like any of those
I don't really know.
So guess what? Earlier, you guys went with a cornerback out of Tennessee. Which one of you went with him?
Kamal Haddon. I did. He's a very good corner.
Yeah, I would not mind to see the Eagles double up at the corner position because obviously you have the Bradbury situation, but you also know Slay's only got another year. So I'm going to take Kamal Haddon here at pick 172. A little bit earlier than what a lot of people would, but I think this would be a good one for the Eagles to do.
I think this is the right spot for him, bro.
And then we're going to pick at 210, which the sad thing is I didn't want to pick my running back that early for one reason and one reason only. But fortunately, he went 2 picks before. I was going to pick Frank Gore Jr. just because Frank Gore is the legendary Eagle of 5 minutes. So I was going to pick him. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Nittanyville, pick a little depth piece. Who knows? You don't know if the guy's going to make the team when you're picking a 210 anyway. We'll go with center Hunter Nourzad here and finish off this atrocious draft by me, by the way. Atrocious.
Go.
But I don't care.
But the most entertaining.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm telling you right now, I would never draft this many offensive players, but it was like, what the hell else was I supposed to do?
Rob, you have no idea how much fire was in the chat, right? For everybody.
God damn it.
I mean, they were feisty, let's just say.
Guess what? They're lucky I couldn't read what they were saying because I was going to come after them. Oh, yeah? Everybody's feisty, huh? Look at this. A+, A, B+, B. What are you feisty about? What are you feisty about? You sons of bitches. See, they're all the Devin White haters, too. All the Devin White haters.
I want to throw it out there. I don't think I've ever gotten a solid A draft from Pro Football.
No, that's pretty good.
Well, look, I think a lot of this came because of guys like Roman Wilson and Trey Benson are probably assumed to be not where I was able to get them. I'm assuming. Are the Sixers kidding me right now? I want to punch them in the face. Anyway, sorry. They are like trying to blow this game and have been for the last like 10 minutes. No, I didn't draft a linebacker, okay? There were none there that I liked. But guess what? I got an A. So shut up. God damn it, man.
Somebody is fired
Critics.
up. Let's go.
There are some critics out there. And listen here, Marshawn Lynch. You gave me a D grade, but PFF, who's, according to most, God's gift to NFL, said that's an A draft, Rob. A. Not a B, an A for awesome. All right?
I like Cooper DeJean, but that's just me. JT Sanders, Roman Wilson, Trey Benson are all very good offensive players.
Love that.
Obviously, they're not going to get a lot of touches in 2024.
No.
Even with more of a spread offense with Kellen Moore. James Williams is your ultimate like home run swing. And then, yeah. I don't know, Rob. I would.
The fact that you have two corners and a safety, you went 3 DBs and nothing else on the defense is awesome to me. It's hilarious.
Back 7, baby. Back 4. Forget about it. Back 4.
Back 4.
Back 4. All right. Everybody, back the hell off. All people are screaming about our secondary sucks. I gave you 3 of them. I gave you 3 guys, and I'm the asshole. It's unbelievable. I'm the asshole. It's unreal. You know, God, I can't wait for Devin White and my offense-leading draft to happen, and you guys all have to kiss the ring. It's going to be great.
Sure I still gave 3 defensive backs too.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh my God.
Oh God.
And I will continue. I'll continue to say, not the way I expected this. This draft would have been quit after like round 3. I would be like, all right, I'm done. I would have quit this draft 100 times out of 100 because every draft that I keep, it's defensive back or linebacker in the first couple of picks. You know what I mean? It's just once I lost Edgerrin Cooper, I got so mad. I was totally thrown off. Thrown off.
Yeah, the beauty of doing this live is you never know. You never know.
Oh, believe me. I feel like Dibs and I have done enough mock draft live to where we're just both like,
Can I just do a show where I just for a half hour just yell at the chat? Because that sounds like must-see podcasting.
I'm in. I'm in on that. And I will do my best to rile both of you guys up to make it even more interesting.
I just want to do 30 minutes of yelling at the chat.
I was getting into it with somebody last night. They were just like so negative about every little thing that I said. I was just like, all right, dude, enough. Like,
all I'll say to all my nemesis, whatever the word is, in the chat, at least you're not from Cleveland. So you have that going for you. So that's a positive. You're not from Cleveland.
That's an inside joke.
And Dibes telling me my draft wasn't good. I'm okay with that because Dibes wanted Jalen Reagor.
Jesus Christ. The Sixers are up 98-91 here with seconds remaining in the fourth. Huge win.
They were up 17 in the third quarter.
Oh, geez.
And gave up the lead, and it was tied at 85.
So there'll be a post-game show pretty shortly. So let's wrap it up here. Ryan, final thoughts, plugs before we head out.
That was definitely one of the most fun mock drafts I think I've ever done. Rob's mock draft went off the rails quick. The chat turned ugly, and it was absolutely must-see podcasting there. I love it. But yes, no, this is always fun. At this point, I mean, doing a mock draft, I still do them every day, but 90% of them end up being the same because I'm always focusing on, certain players at certain spots. So I always try to do like a PFF or PFN or this other whatever. I try to do different ones to kind of get my mind out of that. But anyway, this is always fun. I love talking with everybody in the chat. Thank you guys. You guys made the show tonight, along with Rob and his unique style of GMing. But yes, you can find me at Philly Sports PSA. I've already posted my mock on X. I'm sure we'll have something on the Edge of Philly Sports YouTube where you can vote, and I'm sure I'll win that one, like I usually do. So, but yeah,
I don't know,
sure
Ryan. I think I got you tonight. I think I got you.
I don't know. I still got my trap. So that usually
That's true. That's true.
Usually my ace in the hole. So, but yes, yeah, guys. Honestly, make sure you guys are following these guys. They are hilarious. They're informative. Just a great follow on X for sure.
All right, go give Ryan a follow on X at Philly Sports PSA. Rob, final thoughts, plugs.
Yeah, I will not be posting my draft because of you jackasses who just ripped me for 20 minutes. I just got caught. Someone just told me I have to basically leave the country. I'm un-American for my draft. So so with that, I will be moving to Canada. And that's just, it is what it is. That's fine. Okay. I'm fine with it. But
so
you're all going to be sorry when Devin White is a stud and Cooper DeJean is Rookie of the Year. All right. So I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to continue doing mock drafts. But anyway, follow me at Philly_Madness. There's some rumblings of some things happening, which we'll be getting to soon, that I think will be a lot of fun. Okay. I think that they could turn. They could turn. Dive, something might have happened here tonight that is making me kind of switch my tune here a little bit about where we got to go with something. But we will talk. But Philly_Madness. I can't tell you how much I appreciate these two guys for actually giving you legit draft knowledge while I just come on here and say stupid things and laugh about it. So
that's what we do, man. My final thought is my face hurts.
Right. Yeah,
from laughing the last hour. That was hilarious. All right. NFL draft wise, I dropped 2 videos over the weekend. One on my top 10 slot nickel defenders in the draft, and another one on my top 10 slot receivers in the draft. Go check that out. Up next, I'll be doing my top 10 boomer bust prospect in the draft. And then I also have an overrated prospect ranking that's coming up, and it's probably going to trigger a lot of Eagles fans too. So be on the lookout for that. Sorry, Ryan. But
I know where you're going.
But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Stay tuned for Sixers post game, probably starting already, if not within the next few minutes. Sixers get the W. He is Ryan Reese at Philly Sports PSA. He is Rob Lange at Philly_Madness. I am Dobbs, Mr. Crockpot. Party on Broad every Monday nights at 9. For Ryan, for Rob, for myself, stay awesome, everyone.